Hello friends, welcome to the Car Guide. My name is Rishabh and today we have the Creta DCT variant which I have not reviewed yet. We have also driven the Kia Seltos, DCTs and everything, but the Creta DCT was left. I have reviewed the manual petrol, manual ones and the diesel automatic as well, but this was left. So today we are going to cover it the car guide style, in which we will cover every detail, each and every detail, like the real life mileage, who should buy the DCT, who should not buy the DCT, and I'll also cover things like comfort, driver's comfort, stability, cornering, acceleration, braking, specifically the automatic transmission, and everything in this particular video. So watch it till the end. Before continuing with this video, I would like to tell you that if you want to buy any car like Creta, Seltos, Mercedes, Alto, you want to buy any car, you want best rates, quickest delivery, and of course test drives, you can definitely check out the description. We have a link there where you can fill up a little form with your name and number. My team will call you and provide you all these things like the test drive, best rates and quickest delivery. But this service is only available for Punjab right now, and soon it will be available for other states as well. So stay tuned with the channel. Starting with the safety and security of this DCT variant, you definitely feel very secure in Creta, and you feel that you are sitting in a very strongly built car. So you won't feel any problem at all. You will definitely feel very confident at all times, even in the city, even on the highways. Secondly, ergonomics, the buttons are placed really well. I do not feel any problem in looking for a button or moving out for a button or anything. The right side buttons, central console, the MID and everything else is perfectly well placed, and you can use any feature of this car very easily, specifically on the front side. The sunroof button is also very good. You have also the sunglass holder. Secondly, moving on to the NVH levels, noise, vibration, harshness are almost zero because of the superior BS6 refinement which was found in Seltos as well for this engine. And definitely there is a noise inside the cabin when you rev it out plus 2000 or 1500 RPM. That is because of the turbocharger, and which is what I love. I love the sound of a turbocharger. It is not a harsh sound, it is a very sporty tune. It is music to your ears. So secondly, this was all about the NVH levels. Now we're moving on to the driver's comfort. The armrest is here perfectly fine, but it could have been a little forward. It could have been a sliding armrest, but it is not. So that's a little drawback. But on the right side, there is no padding at all. This is a plastic armrest, which could have been better. You are spending so much money on this car. Hyundai should have provided a softer padding, leather maybe, I don't know, but there should be something for the right arm as well. In driver's comfort, I also always look for the seat comfort. The seats are perfectly well, and they especially in Hyundai, and the company provides really good seats with a good amount of back support, under thigh support and hugging effect as well. This is the SX variant, which is why it does not have ventilated seats, but if you go for the top variant, you get a cooling feature as well for your back. Then the pedals are placed perfectly fine. You do not feel claustrophobic near the pedals, and everything is lightweight. So for comfort wise, good numbers. Definitely, just there's the problem of the armrest. Next point would be the steering of this vehicle. So right now we are driving in the city, and the steering is really good and quite lightweight, and you don't feel any problem at all. You will love how you can maneuver the car in city conditions, in traffic, in bumper to bumper traffic as well. So let's just take a U-turn from here, then you'll have an idea. So the steering is way too light, see, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing. See, it's very, very light. Now if I want to see, just one finger, all it takes is just one finger to maneuver the car very easily. Then on the highways, it weighs up for better stability. Now the speed is at 40-45. Now it has started to weighing up, which gives me a better control over the vehicle, and the feedback is very accurate. So I love how the way it drives, how the Creta DCT drives. Now you can see the patchy road, so let's talk about the suspension part as well. So there is no noise, I can't say no, there is very minimum noise of this suspension inside the cabin, but I would like to tell you that the suspension is on the softer side, so you get a very cushiony ride while you are in the city, while you're on the highways, but it is very stable on high speeds as well, because it is a very balanced suspension. In the city you won't feel much potholes, and even on the highways the car feels very stable and you won't feel any jerks. So that's a really good thing. And there is a little amount of body roll for the back passengers, and the front one is perfectly fine, but the back passengers will definitely feel a little body roll on the corners if you are doing some 80 to 90 speed on a slow corner, normal corner. So you can have an idea about the suspension by that. Now moving on to the next point, that is transmission. So this is a DCT transmission. Do note that this is the dual clutch transmission, which is very refined, super quick, and perfectly well balanced for sporty cars, which is why it comes with a turbo petrol engine with 140 PS of power. So you definitely feel a good transmission. And but I would like to tell you that specifically if we talk about this engine or this engine and transmission both is best for car enthusiasts which they want to drive very fast, the persons who like sporty pickup and everything. So this engine and transmission combination is for those particular persons. So do have that in mind. This is not a mileage oriented engine, and the engine won't give you a better average or anything. If you drive it very slowly and carefully, then definitely it will provide you a petrol average, like on the average talk we'll talk about later. Moving on to, sorry for the pothole, so moving on to the acceleration of this vehicle. This is a 140 PS vehicle. Definitely you will get amazing acceleration with this, but I would like to tell you on the second part that this particular car has 3 drive modes, which is Eco, Comfort and Sport. The acceleration in the Eco mode is quite okay. You will feel a little less power, especially on the first 2 gears, and you'll feel, yeah, I wanted a better car, a better mileage car, a better performance car. So which is why Eco mode is not for car enthusiasts. Now if we shift to the Comfort mode, which is perfectly fine, which is actually better for the city drive. Many persons think that the Eco mode is for city, for better mileage and everything, but it is not true. The Eco mode is for highways, when you on a cruising speed, on a constant simple speed, when you want a good mileage and a good performance, then you should go for the Eco mode, and it gives you a good sporty engine on the 4th, 5th or 6th gear, in fact, the Eco mode. Now moving on to the Comfort mode, which is best for city, where you get good initial amount of power for 1st to 2nd gear. Then you also get a good amount of power for the 4th, 5th, 6th gear for the highways as well. So Comfort mode is the one you should go when you're driving in the city, not the Eco mode. Now in Comfort mode you get good amount of power in the 1st, 2nd, 2 gear, or initial power we can say. Now the Sport mode is when the things get a little sporty, a little better. Now in sports mode, the transmission shifts at 2000 RPM, and which is a really good RPM when you're talking about the power. It sometimes goes out to 2500, so it is a really good, and I love to drive it in the sports mode, obviously. And while using the pedal shifters, you get a better pickup as well, but this is not the road to test out the pickup or the acceleration, so we'll leave it for that. But we have driven the DCT variant before as well, so we know how does this engine perform, and we absolutely love it. Next point is the braking. Now let me apply a little brake. The brake is absolutely fine. It's very responsive. The feedback is quick, and you get all disc brakes for safety reasons, of course, and you will love the braking of this car. It gives you a quite good confidence of driving it on the highways or driving it in 3-digit speeds. Talking about the visibility, the A pillars are really thin. They are not quite wide, so you get a good visibility on the road. You can easily see the right bonnet and the left side of the bonnet as well. So I can give full marks on this particular segment, that is the visibility part. And you also, the ORVMs and the IRVMs are perfectly well placed and perfectly well sized, so you won't feel any problem at all. and IRVM is also good. So visibility I can give 10 out of 10 very easily. It goes all the way, it redlines at 7000 RPM, so which is quite good for an accelerated engine for a car enthusiast, for better performance definitely, and you love how the car drives. It's a really sporty, peppy engine, but again, this is not for the mileage oriented engine definitely. I was at 10.9 kmpl when I started revving the engine. Now it's at 9.8 km per liter, so do have that in mind. Talking about the real life mileage, as we told before, that this is a performance oriented vehicle, not a mileage oriented one. So like you have seen how harshly we have driven, so I am getting a 10.3 kmpl mileage right now, but if you drive it very carefully, then definitely you can easily get around 12 to 13 in the cities. So this was the detailed review of the Creta Turbo variant, which was due from our side. I hope you liked this video, and if you have, do subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. You can also definitely check out our Hindi channel, where we have reviewed all the Creta variants, all the Seltos variants, all the comparisons as well. So for English, it has been left for right now, but we'll soon upload all the videos for you guys, definitely. Ultimately, what I would like to say is Turbo DCT is a great variant for car enthusiasts. You can definitely go and buy it, and you do remember that you can buy any car with best rates, quick delivery and test drives as well from our network. You can check out the description for both. So this was everything regarding the Creta DCT variant. Do hit the like button and comment below your opinions regarding us, regarding this car, and regarding if you want any further reviews on specific car, definitely we'll make it up for you. See you in the next video. Until then, drive safe and take care. Bye bye.